So, of course, we have to start to talk about last night's amazing Euros win for the women's England team. An incredible 17 million people watched on the telly last night. There were nearly 88,000 people at Wembley.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? This team celebrated in style. Did you see them at the press conference, all jumping about on the table? I mean, how exciting. Not just exciting.
I feel
Gloria's off it. Let's just have a look at them at the press conference, because it was so funny.
Good old girls' night out on
Girls'
the table.
night out. But I mean, they must be feeling so proud of themselves. And I mean, it was great fun to watch, but also I find it quite emotional.
Oh, gosh, me too. I watched the whole match through until extra time, and I'm afraid excitement got the better of me, and I thought, I can't watch anymore. I just didn't want them to lose at extra time. So I went into a different room, but I had the television up really, really loud. And when they won, honestly, I wept along with them, you know, because I just thought it was joyful that it won, emotional, thinking of that huge crowd, and the girls did it. Girl power beyond belief.
It was girl power beyond belief, and not just on the pitch, because I loved all the shots of the crowd, so many young girls there, and I was like, you know, that's your future, girls. If you like to play football, those women are your inspiration. Now, they are leading the way, aren't they? And they haven't probably seen that. I think it's going to be amazing for women's football, Jane, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, now
forward.
if you're a girl at school and you say, I want to play football, they might take you seriously rather than say, oh, no, we don't offer football as an option. No, I think it is absolutely incredible. And I mean, I've said many times on this show, whether it's football or whatever, I just think sport is such a great thing for all kids to get involved in these social media days, because, you know, it encourages teamwork and leadership skills, and you just see that. And what I also loved was one of the girls afterwards, I can't remember which team member it was, they sort of said, oh, well, you know, did you think you'd win? And she went, yeah. And I thought, yes, finally, because there has always been this, I know it's a sweeping generalisation, but there has always been this thing that as women we have to sort of hide any competitiveness in a way, because it's not considered to be ladylike. You know, that was certainly how I was brought up at school a lot. It was like, oh, you know, it's not good to show your competitive streak. And I used to think, well, why not?
Yeah.
And this guy, Anson Dorrance, he's 71 now, but he coached several of the Lionesses over the years, and the amazing manager, Serena Wiegman. And he said, when I started coaching women for the first time, I was really upset that, you know, a young boy's got a competitive fire, he's put on a pedestal, but when a woman is competitive, all of a sudden she's called like the B word, like there's something wrong with her. And his approach was to encourage the alpha female side of players in a cutthroat culture, and, you know, there we have the result.
It's funny, because when we were talking about it this morning, my automatic reaction is I go, oh, yeah, I'm not very competitive. And actually, Gloria went, well, you are, actually. You're competitive in what you do. That's right. But and I realise now, the more we all talked about it, I went, because competitive was always, I always thought was an insult. I took it as an insult because of the way we were brought up, and at school, you know, like I said, being competitive was considered not ladylike. Yeah. And so I always see that when if someone said to me, you're competitive, I see that as, you know, you're cutthroat, you're nasty, you trample over everyone to get what you want. So I always go, no, I'm not competitive. But actually, it was interesting what you said.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think competitiveness, certainly from my own point of view, is that whatever it is you're doing, you want to do it to the best of your ability. So inside and competitive. However, just very quickly, Mary Peters, pentathlon, gold medal, was in my class at school. Was I competitive in sport? No. But you know what amazed me when I was watching the match yesterday? And I think, Brenda, you're the same. Because I got really angry at some dirty play. I mean, I was shouting at the TV, because there was some dirty play.
When Ruth said about trampling over, the German players, they were doing quite a lot of nudging, pushing, and I was screaming at, get off out! And they did actually speak about some of the inconsistencies with the referee just totally ignoring the fouls that were going on. And I just found myself going, oh! But it was really nice that the common thing that I got out of that from the commentators was about the ladies and the women believing that they could achieve it and believing that they can do it. Because, you know, since 1966, we haven't... This is just amazing. It's fabulous to go up against such a strong team as Germany and have never beaten them. And now you've beaten them on your home ground. That sets such belief for all young girls coming forward, I think.
When you broaden out exactly what you're saying and what actually Jane said, and Ruth was talking about it too, is leadership. Because if you think of all fields, not just sport, if you're lucky enough to find somebody who sees something in you that you don't see for yourself and who encourages you to say, you can do it, come on, you can get better.
But I don't... like you said, Ruth, I don't know where this thing comes from that competitiveness is a pejorative word, particularly in, you know, with women, because for me, there's nothing wrong with being competitive. It doesn't make... as long as you're not a bad loser. So you're kind of in it, as you say, Gloria, because you want to do your best. So it's like, you know, Gary will never play board games with me because he goes, well, you just always want to win. And I'm like, what is the point of taking part if I don't actually want to win? If I don't win, I'm fine with it, but I start from the basis of wanting to win.
And would you ever let your children win? Them win? No.
No, because now they thrash me quite a lot and it means something. Whereas if I'd let them win the whole time, they'd be like, well, did she let me win or did I really win? Or, and, you know, the moment they did beat me, it was a big moment.
Do you know the other thing that I loved about yesterday? The warmth, for example, of Prince William. You know, I loved it when he came along. He just gave fabulous hugs. And, of course, I think that the Queen is probably the greatest girl power that we've ever had in this country, and I thought that message that she sent was absolutely brilliant.
Also, for me, I think I looked at those women, as young women, I was like, they're fit, they're healthy, they were sweaty, they were, you know, excited, and I thought that is a great image for young women to say it's not all about Instagram and perfection. You know, they are competitive sports women, top of their game, looking healthy, looking fit, you know, and I think that is going to be a great legacy. And let's get more,
you know, I actually see a lot of my daughters in the netball league and I go quite a lot to watch, and there's quite a lot of young men now come into the netball leagues. Netball's a really fast, competitive, tough game. So, you know, when you get to school, you should be able to do whatever you want.
You like. Yeah, and let's hope that they've changed it. Lionesses, respect to all of you. Congratulations.
Love you.
It was amazing. And when you've all calmed down, had a week off, we'd love to have you on Loose Women because you are true loose women. You know, absolutely inspirational, fantastic.